To reinforce our invitation to invest, I'm pleased to announce our first guest speaker, an investor and philanthropist, Dr. BINOD CHAUDHARY. Namaste, good afternoon, Mr. CHAUDHARY. Greetings from Moldova. Can you hear us?
Very well, indeed.
Well, you have started your business journey more than 100 years ago in Nepal, evolving from a small family business, starting with clothing, machineries, electronic goods, FMCG products, and hospitality services. And we can claim today that Chaudhary Corp Global has taken Nepal to the world, running 160 companies, 123 brands, and employing over 15,000 employees. Can you share with us what is your recipe for such a success? How to become a preferred choice for people from 27 countries from the world?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Rodika. First of all, I would like to thank you and through you to your government and the organizers of Moldova Business Week for this distinct honor to be speaking at such an important occasion. Well, our business journey, as some of you may know, started really 140 years ago, a bit in a modest manner. We are in some respects, we are a country which can be compared with Moldova. You know, we are a small country in the middle of two big giants, China and India, like you do in your case, Romania and Ukraine. And so in many ways, the challenges and aspirations of people like us are similar. I think what calls for, I mean, when you try to open new frontiers, I think what you need, first of all, is a very strong foundation at home. You got to be able to build a legacy which you're proud of, that is built over the years by generation, an organization and brands, as well as the emotional connect with the people. I think today's world is all about competition, you know, still finding a niche for yourselves. And particularly, I've always said that I'm a man who started 45 years ago from a small country as a small businessman, but always had big dreams. I guess the dream is important. Of course, we've gone through a phase of huge amount of political transition over the last 30 years in particular. That has on one hand posed new set of challenges, but made us also resilient and also encouraged us to go beyond Nepal. We are proud that this thinking and the situation, the overall environment that we were faced with, encouraged us to create the first multinational out of Nepal. We are happy that we've been able to work with our partner countries to create some of the best hotels, the resorts, all the way from New York to Maldives to Sri Lanka to Philippines, which without any modesty, everybody talks about. We've been able to create a FMCG brand out of Nepal called YY Instant Noodle. I'm sure it will come to Moldovan market very soon. We are working towards that. We have the first plant which we started in Belgrade in Serbia, not too far from your place. And now we are so proud to be part of the Moldova's corporate world with the acquisition of Molcel. I think what has helped us, apart from tremendous amount of courage, and I want to emphasize the word courage because we are, you know, whenever you go and try to open new frontiers in new countries, you have to deal with new set of business culture, social culture, you have to deal with the local government regulations, and you cannot afford to fail. You cannot afford to fail. You have to make a success out of it. And that can only happen if your connect with the government, your connect with the customers, and your connect with your employees very strong. And I think that's what we are happy to say that we achieved. I think everywhere our enterprises are run by our very committed, very loyal workforce with a lot of love, and more importantly, a lot of passion. I think passion is very important. I've always dreamt, never had any complex that I come from a small country. I think that's the first step to grow bigger. I think today's world is full of opportunities everywhere. It's just about, it takes your own vision. What is your vision? How you look at the opportunities, how you are happy to create a situation where there is equitable distribution of what you create. Because today's business is all about creating value for yourself, value as an entrepreneur, value for your enterprise, value for your brand. And that brand today has to be emotionally connected with the people, your customer. So I always believe that business will only remain relevant, particularly in today's well-connected and transparent world, provided your business practices are ethical. You can raise your head and say that, look, we work for as much for the customers, as much for the government. We respect. I was so listening to the Prime Minister this morning. It was like music to hear. He said that we're not here to tell the business community what to do business. Rather, we are interested to hear the business community from them that how we should run the business policies. I think that's a great statement. That's a great statement. I truly feel that Moldova is on track and we are highly encouraged to be there. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. And actually, the group has taken the decision to invest in Moldova in quite difficult times. If I'm not mistaken, it happens at the end of March, exactly at the moment when the pandemic hits, generated restrictions and lockdown. Why you still here? Why what you have identified in Moldova to still have a positive decision?
Well, I guess it is destiny, and I think although the process of evaluating the business had already started and we had found everything right about Moldova, but by the time this deal was transacted here, we were facing one of the world's biggest unexpected crisis in the name of Corona. But I must admit that although right after we took charge of this business, the team in Moldova, in Molcel, was so confident, so competent, so committed. And I had said when I was there in February, that's when we had signed the agreement with the sellers, that nothing is going to change. There was a lot of apprehensions, these people completely new to this world, to this part of the world, and industry may try to sort of, turn this business upside down, etc. And I had said, even before I entered the Molcel's headquarters to the media, that nothing is going to change because the people of Molcel has made Molcel what it is. We are in Molcel because we believe in this company. We had looked at many such companies in the past. We believe in the strong fundamentals of Molcel, the way they run the business. We believe in the ethical practices of Molcel. The only thing which was missing was that entrepreneurial touch. Over the few years, the company, the previous owners had decided and made up their mind to sell the company, and they wanted to, so therefore they were more interested to keep the company on a standstill mode rather than allow it to blossom and grow. And that's what we did. We tried to release while trying to fight the backlash of Corona and get back to business as soon as possible in a stronger, in a more agile manner. We also wanted to continue and unlock the values, unlock the opportunities which were otherwise kept there for years. And I think that's precisely what we did. So today, if Molcel has been able to come out of this crisis with flying colors, touch wood, I hope it stays this way, has been able to unlock the real opportunities, be it in the fiber to home area or to the fintech area or any other area that makes sense for Molcell to grow, it is because of the resilience of the people there. It's because of the knowledge, it's because of their expertise, as well as their own self-confidence. The only thing that we've done is we've given them a strong hand of applause and a strong support. And I think that is working. That's working. I'm proud to say that we are proud of being a part of Moldova. We are proud of being a part of Molcell. I have no doubt that Molcell will make Moldova proud, because we do not intend to keep Moldova restricted within the boundaries of Molcell, restricted within the boundaries of Moldova. We are committed to making it into a multinational boutique telco companies, perhaps also expanding into the fiber to home segment as well as the fintech segment in times to come. The process has already started. The process has started to get to Nepal. Nepal, something which is my home base. Moldova is going to, the Molcell is going to play an important role to give life to our dream, which has always been sitting there. We are looking at several other opportunities in the Balkan as well as in Central Asia, and we know that Molcell will be able to play the best possible option. I think that's the kind of an opportunity the new normal has provided to us. So I think you're right. Corona did come to us as a surprise, but every crisis presents opportunities as well. I think it helped us. It helped the new ownership as well as the management team to come much closer, to work in an environment of much closer understanding as well as mutual confidence. I think it has really made us, what would we like to see the relationship at, in the sense that something that the two, we did not even feel that we were coming to a new country or a new company. That's the confidence we got from the people, the management team. And I want to acknowledge that. I think the people made it a difference.
So, besides many different advantages that we have mentioned, the entrepreneurial touch that you said, it's one of the skills that you have to take away from your speech in order to develop. But coming back to the Corp Global that you are leading, please tell us how differs your brand from the others? How are you different from other group of investors?
Well, I think I tried to share our philosophy of investment, that we like to engage with the people. I think in today's world, the most important thing that you can do to the brand, or the most important dollar that you can spend in marketing of any brand, is connecting with people. And you can only connect with people by giving them the best value for money, but that's only one part, that is still a business, but to stand by their side in times of need. And that's where you're working constantly in a conscious manner to build an ecosystem which is capable of dealing with the aspirations of the people on one hand. I would say the youth in particular, whether it is by way of helping them to start new businesses or getting them exposed to new sets of trainings or knowledge sharing, including skills enhancement. On the other hand, working in socially important projects, including social impact. I think that's where we've tried to do in our own country, and that's what we are highly proud of. I mean, what we were able to do in Nepal in 2015, something with the whole world recognized, and put our company as the Asia's 40 biggest giver. It was not about giving, it was being able to stand with Nepal and the Nepalese people in times of need. When 700,000 homes and schools were demolished, we were the first one to be able to provide the shelters within 30 days after the earthquake. We are encouraging Molcell to create a strong foundation, which they have done, and I'm so proud. Within a short time, despite the pandemic, we were able to play a humble role in our own way during the corona, constantly be working with the hospitals, with the medical equipments or with the other support system, and now working with the United Nations with one of the SDGs as the first company to partner to deliver the vision and the important goals and objectives of the UN system. My son Nirvana Chaudhary, who actually runs and is actively involved in operating the telco vertical within our group, is personally very passionate. He was working both with the Excellency, the ambassador from EU, and Excellency, the ambassador of USA, who are both our very good friends. And I want to acknowledge both of you, Excellencies, in this forum today. It was a pleasure listening to both of you. We are going to move forward in the path that you have described in your deliberation today. So I guess in nutshell, what makes us different is we put, first of all, the people in the center stage where we are working. Then we put the government and the functionaries, more than government, the authorities. All the authorities in the center place, we have to work with them, we have to support them, we have to, as a matter of fact, we have to become their messengers and ambassadors to carry the message beyond the borders of the country. And then we have to work with our customers. The customers must feel that they are getting more than a fair deal. I think these, when packaged in form of a business and served with great degree of innovation, great degree of intuition, great degree of passion, delivers the recipe.
Chaudhary sir, thank you so much for your intervention, and in particular for your attitude towards my country and your support to take Moldova global this time. And I don't want to let you go because we have a surprise for you. We have run a contest among our Facebook followers, and we have selected 2 winners to raise right now the questions. And the surprise is that the winners are going to receive as a gift your book called Make It Big, which is a bestseller, and it's a personal actual story on how to transform dreams into reality, and it's a must-read book for all upcoming entrepreneurs. So here are the questions. The first one came from Miss Natalia Donzu. What does it take to start a business and turn it to success?
Well, first of all, it requires a lot of commitment. I think you have to be a dreamer. You may have to dream the same dream over and over again every day, day and night. Rather, you have to dream in daytime. Sleeping and dreaming has no meaning. I think you've got to have the courage to never give up. You do not have to worry about resources. Resources will follow you. If you have a compelling idea and you can convince the people around you that you have a winning idea. You know, some of the new breed of globally successful people come from countries like yours and mine. Don't forget, because it is a connected world. I think digital platform has made it possible. It was not possible yesterday. Today, you don't have to come from a successful business family, or you do not need to have huge amount of bank balance in your system. If you have that idea, I think it's the power of idea and it's the connectivity.
Okay, thank you. And here, a couple of more questions from the second winner, which is again a lady. Elena Bulat wanted to know, it is said that temporary failure is the last step before success and that only 10% of people move on. Did you have a failure before you succeeded? Can you share?
Absolutely. I don't think anybody...
Can you tell us what exactly was?
Yeah, Miss Rodhika, I can assure you that nobody, probably nobody in this world will have the monopoly on successes. Successes follow after a series of setbacks. I think what is important, however, is to learn from all your mistakes. I encourage the youngsters to make mistakes. Those who do not make mistakes do not make decisions and they do nothing in their life. To
What
do
did you
something,
learn? What did you learn from your mistake?
that you should must have been something that I did not do right. So I have to carefully analyze how I have to do it. Maybe it is doing the same thing but doing it in a different way. Okay, it is still aspiring to get to the same goals, but the route has to be different, or the approach has to be different. I think that this it's very difficult to answer in an abstract manner without talking about the problem. But one thing I can tell you, that there is nothing wrong to fail, or there is nothing wrong to fall down, so long you have the courage to rise up and walk again. And I think that's what gives you that extra bit of recipe for success.
Thank you. And the next question, also from Ms. Bulat, is how to identify the right place and right time for a business.
It has to come from within. It has to come from the heart. In my case, I can assure you that most of the successful businesses that I've done, okay, or most of the deals that I've transacted, or most of the countries where we happen to get very deeply involved, including Moldova, it didn't come out of the feasibility studies of big fours like the Ernst & Young or PwC or etc. Sometimes it comes out of the baggage belt of my airport, my noodle story, which you can read in my book, Making It Big, which is also available in Russian language, or it could be events. I think events take you to the events come and knock your door. Opportunities come and knock your door, but you have to know when exactly to pick up that opportunity and run with it.
But
I think it's not, there is no one set criteria to select the people or ideas. Okay, I think it is if your vision is clear, if your direction is clear, and if you are clear in setting out a cultural journey in terms of organization, I'm talking about corporate culture, automatically you are differentiating between people, whether they are partners or they are employees. Only that people who fit in within that cultural pattern, who have great amount of passion, great willingness to, say never no, and saying never that anything is impossible. I think that's what succeeds, and that's the way we have been lucky to find our people. I'd like to, before I conclude, I'd like to say that that's exactly what I've found in the people of Moldova. If you ask me, is it the winery? Is it the ICT platform, which is literally one of the fourth best in the world with the quality of the platform that even today's organizers you have talked about? Is that the strength of Moldova? Yes, that is a great strength, and I think Moldova should become a hub to connect Europe with Asia. It should become a hub for business processing opportunities. It has to provide a strong foundation for companies like Molcel to go global because of the strengths of ICT. But more importantly, who are doing it? It's the people. I think it's the people. They are multilingual, they are educated, they are loyal, they are committed, willing to work hard, willing to go out, because they know they've seen the hardships. They know the pains when a big chunk of your population has to go out to work, like we do in my own country. My country is, although close to 30% GDP comes from migrant workers' remittance, which is a good thing, but same time it pains when we see that 6 million Nepalese have to work in the Middle East or Malaysia or everywhere else in the world. So I think it is the responsibility of the government, the authorities, as well as the people who are in business like ourselves, to find areas to create new jobs. I think that's the one single most important priority, and we would like to pledge our whatever modest knowledge or ideas we have across our 9 verticals, and whatever network we have in terms of our engagement with many global platforms, we would like to offer our services, without unconditional support to your agency, your government, and your authorities to do whatever is possible, because it's a beautiful country. Small is beautiful. I know that because I come from a small country. And in today's world, because of the corona, small has become even more beautiful and more unique. Everybody likes everything to be small.
Thank
Okay,
you
if you
so
like
much. Thank you so much. So much patience and dedication in your intervention. So you are becoming more enthusiastic right now after your speech. Thank you so much on behalf of the agency and Moldova Business Week for accepting this intervention, for being with us. We wish you further success, and we promise that we are going to invite the winners in order to award the book, and we are going to share the photos again with you in order to be always connected. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Dear audience, this is finishing our first intervention with the first guest speaker, but please stay with us for the next panel.